Yo, what's happening everyone? It's Sward, and today is going to be my second video in the sort of how-to series on how to play a brawler. Last time was Mortis, and I sort of focused more on the mindset that you need to have as a Mortis, but you know, Piper in Smash and Grab is a more simplistic character, so we're going to be just going over the general positions you need to be in, where you need to be looking, you know, things like that. I think most of you that are watching this video know how to hit your shots, you know the basics for that. So we're just going to go on more of a positioning thing. So to start off at the beginning of the game, you'll see I stay in the grass for most of the time. It's because you need to be taking advantage of Piper's star power as much as possible. That is one of the most important parts of playing Piper in Smash and Grab. That extra damage really does matter. So I'd say probably the second most important thing you need to be looking at is your, not just mid. I see a lot of Pipers, they'll focus on mid a lot of the time. They have this obsession with trying to kill the mid. The mid really does not matter as much. You know, as a Piper, you don't have a built-in support mechanic like Poco, let's say for instance. You know, you're able to heal your opponents. Or, you know, for Penny, you have a turret that helps out. Or for Pam, you have the healing station. Piper is not really a character that was meant to be played mid, so you kind of have to work with what you have. So your shots most of the time need to be focused on hitting your teammates' lanes. You need to be working your teammates' lanes. So let's say the person that's marked up on Bob Marley or the person that's marked up on Yump. I need to make sure that I'm tagging them so that my teammates have an easier time winning their lanes. So you see in this game here, I'm kind of working on the mid here. And I see Bob Marley's lane is already tapped enough. I don't really need to focus on that. I look over at the Tara, hit her once, hit her twice. There we go. Instant lane control for Yump, which will help out a lot in the coming few minutes of the game. So another thing you want to focus on as Piper is making sure you never play too aggressive. You know, Piper, with the recent balance changes and such, you know, you have characters like Jessie, which are now able to three-shot Piper. And, you know, you really just have to be safe. You need to make sure, especially if you're playing against another Piper mid, you need to make sure that you're always within that, you know, one-shot, that you're not, within that one-shot range of the other Piper, which means you need to be above 2,696 health. That is the max amount of damage that a Piper can do with one shot. So you can see here in the clip, Yump goes down. Now this is where you're going to want to be a little bit more defensive. You know, focus on maybe tapping your lanes. I know a lot of you are going to see this next part and be like, oh my god, Sward is so bad, you just missed like 6 shots on the turret. Yeah, I know. I suck sometimes. It's awful. This next clip is pretty awful. But another thing you're going to want to take advantage of is Piper's ability to shoot around walls. You know, usually that's associated with Nita, but it is just as effective with Piper. You can bend shots around walls almost. You can do some kind of Matrix type thing with Piper, and it is incredibly effective. So make sure you're taking advantage of those walls. Make sure you're always staying back. Make sure you're always keeping above that health mark. And make sure you're hitting your shots. But also, what you know, I was gonna bring up. I saw Arlight, you know, in the community roundtable. He was talking about how, you know, I bet there's no top Piper that uses auto aim. You know, there's no way. I bet you no top Piper uses auto aim or barely uses auto aim. I love using auto aim with Piper. I absolutely love it. It is incredibly effective at mid range, even long range, and I'll tell you why. So a lot of players, a lot of top players especially that you're going to be playing against, they're going to be trying to dodge your shots. And they're going to be dodging back and forth most of the time. So let's say you shoot your first shot and they dodge it. They're going to be going up and back, let's say. They dodge back and forth. Then you shoot your next shot, but you auto aim it, which is going to go to their most recent position. They dodge up and back, shot connects. You know, it's such a simple concept, and it is so effective with Piper. I just can't believe that people don't use it. Don't be afraid to auto aim. Nobody's going to judge you for it. It's so effective with her, and people think that it isn't. So those are really the main tips you want to be looking at. You know, as for hitting shots, really you just want to try to predict your opponent. That's it. You just need to look at where they're moving, you know, watch what they're doing, and predict. You know, Piper's probably the most predicty character in the game other than Brock. You know, you have to be a little bit more predictive with him. But you can't really just go up and spam auto aim. So those were the basics for playing Piper and Smash and Grab. Really not too complicated. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, tell me in the comments the video that you want to see next, maybe name a brawler. Other than that, catch you guys later. Peace.